Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'm so excited. We have Raquel Spencer back on the show with us. It's been a while, and she is coming back to talk to us about moving out of the illusion and living in 5D. And so some of what we're going to talk about and learn with Raquel today includes learning what shifting and collapsing timelines really means in our daily lives, embracing the cosmic frequencies to enhance your experience and expand your awareness, step into a new clarity and focus to create from a place of alignment and joy. And for those of you who may not know Raquel, I don't know why that would be. She is well known, in the world. She's a world-renowned speaker, healer, and so on. But she's a catalyst for spiritual awakening. And her no-nonsense approach provides a refreshing and grounding pathway for personal growth and empowerment. And her tagline says it all, guiding you through the BS and beyond so you can get on with what you're here to do. And so I have worked with Raquel personally myself in the past. So she's also, a specialist in energy, moving energy, changing things in your energy field, in your timelines, yes, in your blueprint and so on. So there's a lot that Raquel does. And some of that has to do with tones and frequencies. And I'm sure so much more now since Raquel's been doing this for quite a while now and has been, doing retreats as well, doing her live shows and fusions of light and so on. And it's amazing. It's amazing what can shift. And I remember in the past when Raquel, you were on the show, there's always such a transformation on the call with the listeners, what they experience through your work and through your energy and through your frequencies that you're constantly transmitting. So I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me back. It's great to be here.
Yay. And so today, we're always talking about this illusion that we're in, right? And moving out of illusion and into 5D. And what does that mean? And how can we do it with more ease and grace? And, and it's also about so many of us, and so many in the community are waking up, they are awakening, they are trying to find their path, they're opening up to their gifts, they're, on the path, they're walking in it, and then sometimes there's some challenges and so on, of course, right? Because that is part of the illusion, right? And it's about remembering who we are as beings of light, right?
Right. It's interesting because we go through waves and we go through stages. And, we've been saying, that this is all an illusion for decades. Mm-hmm. And saying that and actually understanding that and actually integrating that and actually living that are very different things. Right?
Right.
Just like when we talk about quantum physics and we all, quantum physics tells us that nothing's solid. We all know that. I mean, we think we know that because quantum science, tells us that none of this is real. It's just all, but man, our ego really can't grasp that.
Yeah.
We know science is proven. We know, but then to really experience it and start to move into that is a totally different ballgame. Right? Mm-hmm. So we've been talking about how we live in this illusion. We live in this holographic reality because we know that everything is frequency. But when we sit here in our 3D reality and, our desk and our computers and, the walls around us and all of that, we're really deep in the program, right? We're really deep in the illusion.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I've been going back to, again, how many of you have seen The Matrix, right? That beautiful movie that came out, in 90? I think it was 89, 90, somewhere way back then.
Way back then.
That whole, that's been, 30 years now? Holy shimolies, right? And the awareness of what that understanding brought in. And here we are 30 years later, and it's still so relevant as we come in and talk about, shifting out of the illusion, shifting out of what we think is real. And Alana, you've known me, and it's so cute, I have to laugh. I want to call you Shefali. It's like,
I know.
that's how I know you, right? So pardon me if I slip back to that.
I may be going back to that, so it's okay,
And so, for those of you who have known my work, I have always referred to us as living supercomputers of light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the way that I work and the way that I perceive, I see this human form. I don't see angels. I don't see light beings per se. I see a very intricate supercomputer of light waves, grids, templates, and that kind of thing that make up what brings us into reality. And our bodies, okay, this thing we call our 3D experience,
mm-hmm.
is the only way through this illusion, right? It is the brain, it is the nervous system that projects what we perceive as being real. Okay, and so here we are 30 years after the Matrix that went in our brains. I hope everybody watched that. You might want to go back and watch it again, because we're all Neos breaking the program, right? That's what we're here to do. Only taking it from a very scientific, very computer-oriented thought process. For a lot of people who are on the spiritual path, that seems kind of out of there, out in the kind of out there, instead of, oh, I need to om and meditate and connect in and all of that, which is part of it. But the truth of the matter is we live in a holographic reality. The truth of the matter is everything is ones and zeros. It's the way it's processing through this experience that is the human body. Mm-hmm. Because the human body is what allows us to have the physical experience, right, in this hologram. And so my work has always been about helping you clear your mechanism, right? Clear your divine body, your divine vehicle of light. Because it's the way that the light processes through the mind, the nervous system, that allows you to experience it. And so as you continue to break out of this illusion and get back to truth, it's all about how the body actually interprets and processes the frequency, processes the light. Okay. And so when we talk about moving from 3D to 5D, semantics, I mean, it's all semantics, right? It's all just ways we're trying to express this illusion. But when we talk about moving from 3D to 5D, when we talk about shattering the illusion, when we talk about even shifting timelines, there's been a lot of communication about shifting timelines.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been talking about it for years, because we move from one trajectory, one thought process, one program, one way of thinking into another. And really, a really great way to describe shifting timelines is changing computer programs, right?
Yeah.
Because we no longer are running an old program that keeps us in a particular wavelength, and we move to a different program, right? That helps us perceive in a different way. But the truth of the matter is we're trying to get out of all of the programs,
right? Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because in essence, we're source energy incarnate. And it's only all the programs and the viruses that we have to run being in this 3D reality that keeps us separate from them. And so as we begin to empower ourselves to believe we're Neo, how many on the call really understand that you are Neo from the Matrix?
Yeah.
How many of you really get that?
Raise your hand or say something.
How many of you really, you're Neo. We're here to break out of all of the illusion that is going on, that is running on this planet, that is in the mass consciousness, that is so deep-seated in the awareness of humanity. And then what? There's, how many is there now? 7 point
7
something
billion.
billion people
Mm-hmm.
on this planet that are running this consciousness program about all of this illusion of separation and lack, and that we're not what we really are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so when we start clearing the mechanism, okay, clearing the divine vehicle, we can remove these programs and templates and belief systems and viruses that are clouding the truth that we are divine source. And if we really are divine source, which, how many, we've been saying this, I am divine source incarnate for decades. I mean, we know this, but to actually get that to translate through the divine vehicle and have enough of the viruses and the programs out of the system that truth can really start to bring forth a different reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing, right? We've been saying this for a long time. We think we understand the concept, right? We think we do. We think the initial impulse of knowing that we're source energy incarnate in a physical holographic reality that, first of all, that's not real either, right? But we're here and we're in it. And once we're in it, to be able to start peeling off and taking out all of the viruses that muck up
Mm-hmm.
the transmission of that frequency of source.
And that's the thing. Most people on these types of calls know that they are that, know that they are a divine source, right? They know that, but they don't know how to remove those viruses and those programs that are blocking their connection, or not the connection, but their beingness, that they are that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've tried to start getting people to really just envisioning, all of my work is about helping you do that.
Mm-hmm.
My mission, why I came in, what I'm doing on the planet, my small little inkling of the peace that I'm bringing to the planet is to help people clear the mechanism, to get the viruses and things out of the body. And there's not a lot of, it's like they call me the Geek Squad. And for those of you in the US, you understand that, you call the Geek Squad when your computer's going haywire
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what the hell is going on. And quite frankly, you don't want it, right? It's just like, I don't want to open up the back end and try to figure out what
Exactly.
wire
Just
goes
fix
there.
it. Just somebody take care of it.
Just call in the Geek Squad, call in the specialist.
Yeah.
And for some beautiful, wonderful reason, that's part of why I'm here. And I'm able to go in and help you clear the viruses out of your system, okay? I'm not doing anything but repairing, okay? I'm not doing anything but taking the junk out. I almost said the S word. The junk out that shouldn't be there, so that the natural mechanism that was originally designed to hold your soul
Mm-hmm.
can function, right?
Yeah.
And so once you do that, your natural innate skills start to come in. Your ability to run that light begins to happen. Your ability to really actualize and experience all the things that we know,
Mm-hmm.
but don't really know how to implement, begin to start taking place. And you have to understand, most of us want,
yes,
I'm the most impatient cuss there is. I'm telling you, I wanted it all yesterday, right? And so I get when the ego just wants to be in control, right? And wants to have everything as it is right now. Because the ego, the way that the programs are, not only are we trying to clear ourselves, but we also have to block the 7 billion
mm-hmm.
on the planet that are transmitting subconsciously, unconsciously, consciously, and continuously all of these beliefs that we're less than we are. So not only are we trying to clear ourselves, you also have to block all of the transmissions that are going on that are hitting your system. So my whole thought process is about helping you repair the body and get it back to a point where it can do what it's really supposed to do, and also teaching you how to disconnect from all the frequencies of the 7 billion on the planet that are in the mindset that we're trapped, that we're less than, that we're, that we can't, because it's always about hate and can't, and we're disempowered and all of that, which is constantly bombarding our system.
Yeah.
And so when you begin to have the tools to disconnect from mass consciousness, and how long have I been talking about that?
Yes,
Laura?
long time.
I mean, long time. Disconnecting from mass consciousness, getting yourself out of the bombardment and the constant feeding in radio signals that bring in the illusion, bring in the old belief systems and the patterns that we're stuck in. Disconnecting from that, clearing your mechanism, and then you can begin to really experience that whole understanding. But what the heck we can talk till we're blue in the face, right? Oh yeah, I'm source energy. Oh yeah, I know it's all illusion, but I still can't put my hands through the wall, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm
still in pain. Sorry, I was people are saying I'm in physical pain. This is not working. That's not working. I have no money. My relationship is not working. Where's my soulmate? Blah, all those things.
And all of those things are really outside of you.
Yeah.
Those are things that the ego wants.
Yeah.
Right? The soulmate and the abundance. Now, granted, when you're really in alignment and when you're really in divine flow, which I've called it for years as well, then everything that you need comes in. But all of those, where's my soulmate? Where's my, that's all ego, right?
Yeah.
That's all the ego program. And when you come into alignment with source energy and you're actually able to run that frequency, the soul is able to attract truly what it needs, right? Truly what will bring you into happiness. So, when we're constantly trying to, I want more money. Where's my partnership? And I find myself doing that too. It's like, oh man, I would love to have more friends, right? But the truth of the matter is, everything I need is within. Everything I really need to be happy is within. Everything else is external. And when you align with that frequency, when you are able to run that frequency, and here we go back to clearing the mechanism, right? Because it's really hard to radiate your own signature frequency, your own source energy. It's really hard to radiate that when you're still full of viruses, when there's still a lot of templates and programs running that go against that frequency. So it's a piece that a lot of people still don't equate in the spiritual process about the whole supercomputer mechanism of the body and how the body runs the frequency. And one of the things that's really interesting is now that we're moving closer and closer into, I've talked about this window of cosmic time, right? This cosmic window. Yeah. I've been talking about this since I've been doing this work as well, because there's a certain time frame that we are in right now, a cosmic window of time that is when the acceleration of the awakening can really happen. And it's about the placement of where we are in the cosmos. Okay. And we talk about the galactic core. A lot of people are talking about the galactic core. And we have all of the codes, all of the light codes that are coming in, all of the photon light, all of the rays that are coming in right now that are specifically because of where we are within the cosmos, how that is now hitting into the atmosphere, and that can help to quicken the acceleration of clearing our divine vehicle, right? And so again, we talk about the timelines, right? Moving out of a particular old program that can dissolve and moving into a different timeline where that frequency is now moving through your supercomputer and equating through your consciousness in a different way that can create a different outer reality. And I'll pause now because I'm sure there's things that you want to ask or interject.
Well, there were, and but I just
Sorry.
in a second. But I just remembered today too is a full moon. It's September 13th, Friday the 13th, and it's a full moon.
Right.
Full moon in Pisces. Okay. That's all I know. But you know, and it's like, that's interesting that we're having this conversation and it's a full moon, so lots of energy anyways. Friday the 13th, which, you know, in the collective consciousness is a bad thing, you know.
Well, and how crazy is that, right? It's just a number in a day, right?
Yeah.
And look at the program. Look at the programming in the mass consciousness and what that does across the planet, right? It is simply a day, and it's a number.
Yeah, that's it.
But
it's still there, you know. I mean,
belief system that has been embedded in the mass consciousness that there's something not yummy about that.
Yeah.
Right? That's any different than a Thursday the 12th or a Sunday the 22nd, right? I mean, hello, it's simply a number. It's a belief system. Yeah. And how silly, you know, and I choose to celebrate, right?
Exactly.
Because here's the thing, as divine vehicles and as source consciousness incarnate, it's all about our choice. What are we choosing? Are we choosing to still live in the mass consciousness and the belief systems that we're being inundated from? And believe me, we are being inundated with them 24/7, 365. What we're being asked to do is no easy task, right? It's no easy task.
Yeah.
But we are the masters doing this. We are some of the strongest souls. And this isn't it. This is not an ego. This is not an ego, pat here on your shoulder going, oh, you're so great. That's bullshit. It simply is, right? We came in to break the system. We came in to break out of the solution. We came in to make a different choice.
Right. And
it's all about the belief systems. It's all about the way we process information. And, you know, you can't just do one without the other. I mean, and that's why, you know, my work has been so successful for people, because it's not just about a desire. You have to have the mechanism to make it work. You have to have the software, which is your soul, and the hardware, which can run it.
Which is the body.
Right? Which is the body.
Yeah.
And the body has been in atrophy for thousands of years.
Exactly.
And and what my work does, quite frankly, is my work accelerates. It's a fast track to accelerating, getting your body back to being able to run the light effectively and efficiently, to change perceptions, change your reality, and change yourself from the old illusion and mass consciousness and living from a completely different perspective. And again, it's all through the mind. It's all through the light pathways. It's through the nervous system. It's way the body and the brain processes, the system processes the light that allows you to have the aha, that allows you to then experience it differently.
So what does that look like? Experiencing it differently, living from a different perspective. What does that look like?
So that looks like being able to not experience it like what your neighbor in the 3D does, okay? Because it's about being able to disconnect from that mass consciousness. And for those of you that it's and I'm trying to get the right wording here, because I live in a very different reality than most people do. Yes, I live on the planet. Yes, I have my house and, but I live in a very different reality in the way that my brain functions, the way that I process the light, the way that I can have an impulse that comes through the heart chakra, not the mind, but the heart chakra, and how that can manifest out into the reality. And so, and do I stay there 24/7? Not a chance in hell. Right?
Yeah.
I'm still oscillating back and forth. I go out into the reality. I find myself in, the grocery store and these different places, and I'll get hit because I usually keep myself really bubbled. I keep myself protected from the mass consciousness out there, and I'll get, tied up in grocery shopping and my list in my head and da-da-da-da-da, and I haven't thought about it, and boom, I'll get hit with somebody being pissed off in aisle 3 of Trader Joe's, right? Or Sprouts, right? And wow, I can feel it. Yeah. And it's like, whoa, now I'm off equilibrium. I'm feeling the anger. I'm feeling the agitation, which I normally don't sit in, right?
Yeah.
And so it's about really being able to manage what is processing through your body and how that's projecting out. Okay, I don't live in fear. I don't live in lack. And when I do start finding myself in that, I know that somehow something's tapped into my fields that isn't mine. Because that's not who I am as a divine being of light. A divine being of light isn't in lack.
Right. Yeah.
A divine being of light isn't experiencing being pissed off because somebody cut him off driving. And I found myself doing that yesterday too, somebody almost crashed into me. And it's like, oh wait, no, that's human 3D.
Yeah.
And so you start to be able to really choose your experiences. That's the difference.
And that's what I wanted to share with everybody. I wanted to share the difference of what most of us are experiencing and what else is possible.
Because when you really choose to align, when you really step into that every single day, right? That you choose to align from your authentic self, from your mastery, from your source energy, what shows up in your reality because of, frequency, we're back to frequency again. What frequency are you putting out? What are you bringing back, right? What are you magnetizing to you? Yeah. In the experience? Are you, and part of people, one of the things that's really happening again with this perceived timeline shifting and the shifting of what's going on, people, places, and things are really starting to move further and further and further out of your reality, right? When you start to hold the vision, hold the frequency that aligns you with your higher self, and again, we're all the way back to The Secret, right? That wonderful, beautiful movie that started to imprint this in our minds so long ago. You physically cannot be in the same frequency as those that are not in resonance with you.
Yeah.
The part that's really hard with that is that so many aren't in resonance with us anymore.
And that's okay, right? That's okay.
That is okay, as long as your ego can get out of the way, right? As long as your ego can get out of the way, because sometimes that's your best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes that's, who you always went to dinner with every Friday night, right? That's people that have been playing a major role in your experience that you just can't be with anymore.
That's you.
But you're realizing it's a choice. You're realizing that they're not a frequency match. And when you start to really break out of this illusion again, when we go into choice, when you really ask to be aligned every day, and if you're not doing that, then chances are you're not going to be, right? You need to make a conscious choice every morning to ask to be 100% aligned, to choose to live in joy, to choose to break free of everybody else's belief systems.
So,
because it's a program running. It's a program. And one of the other things I personally have started to do this myself, because it's like, this I can wrap my head around again. It's like virtual realities. I'm turning the computer off of the virtual reality I've been living in, and I'm starting the new program of the virtual reality that I want to be in. That's the 5D.
right.
And sometimes I literally have to shut completely down. And it's something that I've been doing, I've been playing with, because it's fun, right? I love visuals anyways, right? Take me back to the Matrix, take me back to, breaking that free. But I'm pulling out of virtual reality, because that's what this is. We are, like, we have the goggles on, watching the virtual reality that is our experience right now. But this is not the virtual reality. This is 1.0. I now want to go to 2.0. I want a different virtual reality. And I'm literally disconnecting myself. I'm going beyond just disconnecting with mass consciousness, which I've been doing daily for a decade. But I'm actually disconnecting from the program that I experience myself in, and creating a virtual reality from my heart and my mind that I'm starting to now live within. And thank God we have computers and computer games and computer programs to help us understand and wrap our head around, because it's the head, it's the ego that's got to get on board.
Yeah.
The heart, we know. It's the damn brain ego program that we have to be able to shift. And so I've been playing with that as I don't want to play this virtual reality game anymore. I'm moving into this one, and it looks very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my paintings on my wall are still the same. My furniture is still the same. But how I feel and how I experience is really different. And that's been really fun. That's just another thing to play with.
Right.
Because it's all illusion, right?
This is just a different illusion that is more in alignment with what you want and what you're choosing.
Right. And, they said, well, isn't that still just illusion? Yeah, but it's my choice.
Yeah.
It's not a default illusion of the mass consciousness. I'm now creating it in my mind, and it's showing up in my outer reality. Right?
Right.
Because I'm choosing to be in alignment with that. And then people are, I can feel it. I can hear it. I can feel the people on the call right now going, but, how, how do you really do that? Right?
Yeah.
Right. You continue to use any visualization you possibly can to unplug yourself from the current reality that has the 7 billion people. I mean, think about it. Unplugging from a reality with 7 billion people with all these stupid belief systems that are so damn warped from what we really know.
Mm-hmm.
Plug yourself into the reality of the 100,000 of us light workers and what we are creating in a coherent understanding that we're source.
Yeah, totally different.
Just play with that for a minute. There's only maybe there's 500,000 of us. I really don't know how many active, really on the ball light workers are on the planet right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
But plug yourself in with them.
Yeah.
Let's all plug ourselves into that reality and that consciousness, that collective.
That's a much more empowering collective and a much more
Number one, honest.
Yeah.
That understands and believes that we are source. We can create anything.
Yeah.
If everything is just frequency, nothing is real, we live in the quantum field, then it's all about getting our mind into the belief that we could transform anything physical in front of our eyes. Now, I have had, and guys, I know how hard this is, right? I'm living it with you too. I have a very amazing life that I live, right? But I'm still breaking out of these patterns. I have had experiences where I have literally seen my hand go into someone's body when I was working on them. I have literally gone through an 18-wheel semi truck, gone through it rather than crash into it. I've had these experiences to break my mind and my ego's understanding of what's real. And I still am like, oh, wait, my ego, that's not possible. Wait. So, right? And
Yeah.
I've had the experiences. So many people haven't. I mean, when I've put my hand out and worked on somebody hands-on and I'm gone, my hand is in their body, I freaked because my ego could not understand that. Quantum physics tells us nothing's real. So I know that, but the ego was like, what? And I freaked out, right? And so it's a process of unraveling those programs and those beliefs. And that's part of what my work does, is energetically, I mean, I can lead you into it, but energetically I can take those programs out of the hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you get to a certain level, once you're ready to release that, the actual mechanism, the wiring in the system, the way that program or belief system is hardwired, I can actually help remove. So it doesn't have a broken tape to go, a place to go play on it again, right?
Right.
And so when you begin to move out of these illusions of what we think is real, and begin to reprogram the mind into remembering, of course, we're source energy.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that I'm getting bombarded 24/7, 365 by 7 billion people on the planet who believe that they're nothing, that we're not source, that everything is solid. I mean, wow. I mean, I wish we could transport ourselves off and out of that hologram. But we're in it to break it. We have to break it from within.
Right. Yeah.
But every time you start going into those fears, every time you start going into those patterns and not believing, just take a step and realize you got 7 billion people beaming on you that you're nothing, right? That you're less than powerful, that you can't have this or can't have that. Just remember that you've got all. It's not just because you think you're not good enough. Oh my God, that's a huge wave of belief systems being poured at you 24/7, 365. And so it's so important to disconnect, to really shed all of that out of your system every day, multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go to bed, first thing when you wake up, you disconnect from that crap that is constantly trying to keep you in belief.
And that's the thing that people need to get, is like, sometimes the things that you're thinking are not yours. They're
not at all yours.
7 billion people, right?
Exactly.
And you don't have to listen to that anymore.
The fear, the doubt. Think about it. Aging is a belief system. Yeah. If we're source light energy incarnate and nothing's real, where did aging come from, right? Where did illness come from? Where did all of this come from? It's all just belief. And everybody on the planet's bought into it, except for those of us who are breaking the system from within.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be hard on yourself when you oscillate back and forth. You have to have compassion for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is no small task we're being asked to do. This is not, I've got a room of 30 people that are projecting at me. This is 7 billion people on the planet holding these old patterns and belief systems that we have begun to break through. And so when you get into those patterns, God, have some compassion for yourself and go, whew, okay, man, that's a lot. Okay, it's not really real. I just need to come back into center. I need to disconnect from all of that radio wave, all of that World Wide Web, all of that, everything that's bombarding my system, come back into center, come back into alignment with source. I'm source energy. What do I choose? What do I believe? What do I know is real? What resonates from my heart?
Mm-hmm.
That I can create anything? Now, when you're trying to create, oh, I want the car and the boat and the house and the da-da-da, that's all ego.
Yeah.
What you really want to create is freedom. Freedom to choose the reality you want to experience. So when you find yourself, but I want this and I want that, that's not really aligned either. That's a want from ego.
Mm-hmm.
What you want is that freedom, the freedom to choose, the freedom to experience differently.
And so when you're wanting to experience something different, that's not ego then?
When you, well, but not if it's the car. I want to experience being rich, right? What you want is the experience of freedom.
Yeah.
What you want is the experience to choose from an empowered place of knowing your source energy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to choose to be vibrant health. You want to choose to be in joy. You want to choose to be happy
Mm-hmm.
and vivacious and experiencing the good life. But the good life, the residual of that is feeling safe, feeling secure, having a beautiful place to live. That's the after effect. That's not the initial desire, right?
Yep, got it.
So when you find yourself wanting to create from that, you're not aligned.
Yeah, got it.
If the end goal is I want that really nice car, then that's a little distorted, right?
Yep.
What is it you really want? What is it you really want?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really, where is that freedom? It's the freedom to do really what brings joy to your soul.
Yeah.
And usually that isn't just getting in a Ferrari and driving up the coast. That's very short-lived, right?
Yeah.
That's just a momentary ego thing. What is it that really is going to feed your soul? And when you choose to align to that, and when you choose to align to knowing that it's completely possible, and that you, even when you go, and I talk about this a lot, and we've talked about this, everybody's talked about this. So again, bring that into your awareness. When you really align with what is truthful for you, it's not that you're ever going to try to figure out the details.
Yeah.
Because what we as an ego-based society put in as the details is usually a hell of a lot less than what our source energy creation would actually bring. Mm-hmm. Right? How many times have we talked about that?
Yes, absolutely. It's true. And that's the thing. When you are aligned with source, with the truth of who you really are and function from that space, it's a totally different conversation. I mean, I've never asked for a car or a house or a this or a that. For me, it was always like, okay, how can I express myself with more ease? How can I share my love? How can I empower people to know that they are source, to know that they don't have to struggle? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I be that energy? It's not about, oh, I want to have a house. My mind doesn't even go there. It's
exactly. But a lot of people still do. When they think about creating, oh, what kind of life do I want to create? I want to create living, that's immediately where the mass consciousness goes.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are still kind of buy into that. There's still a trickle of that.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of a quick indicator that, maybe I'm not completely aligned and not really coming from a frequency that is going to create the outer reality that's better than what I could even imagine. Because when you really are aligned, spirit, we live in a material world, right? So when you really are aligned, all the things that really are going to make you sing and bring ease and joy and grace and freedom are going to show up anyways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Magically. Sometimes it just feels like magic. So
yeah, because you're resonating at a different frequency. But you have to be able to believe that as well. So it's about breaking the belief and getting out of your head and your ego mind and really staying in that frequency of, I am source, and I'm choosing. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing to be aligned. I'm choosing not to buy into what everyone else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And as we continue to clear the mechanism, clear the body, because as all of this energy is hitting us, right? And then we have all of the cosmic energy. And I call it cosmic because, well, it's out in the cosmos. Universal energy maybe is another way to do it. It's just semantics.
Yeah.
But again, back because of where we are placement-wise in relation to the galactic center, these photon lights or light and all of this energy is coming in that is helping to shatter the templates and the way that the system is locked in our physical body, right? So right now, there's a lot of opportunity to really make massive breaks from the program.
Awesome. Yes. Yes, this is the time. And, and people have been talking about, this year, next year, especially so many people are focused on next year is going to be a big year. Well, I don't know about you guys. This year was a big year. Last year was a big year.
Well, it's just going to keep going. I mean, I remember when we used to, get our downloads and we'd have six months to integrate.
Mm-hmm.
We're lucky now we've got 6 seconds. I mean, it's just so fast going right now.
Yeah.
Right? It's always the next best, bigger thing. But the truth of the matter, it's all in the now moment. You have to live in the now moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
2020 is going to be extraordinary, I think, because there's a lot of energy coming in. But if you're not in the now moment doing what you need to do right now, past, present, future, that's all illusion as well.
Mm-hmm. True. So this does not mean that for those of you who may have been not focused on being present, being in alignment with source, does not mean that it's late. It's too late for you. No. Just
not at all. Now is the moment. And what's beautiful is if you start to step into this, you're going to be really amazed at how quickly. What I'm saying is even, a decade ago, it did take a lot longer because we were a lot more dense. There's a lot of things that have come about to help break the illusion, break the patterns. And so I really think that a decade ago was a hell of a lot harder.
It was.
Than what it is right now. Because now we've got more and more on the planet right now. We have more and more light workers who are really stepping in. That are really stepping into that. And that again, bring yourself out of the virtual reality of the 7 billion and tap yourself into the virtual reality of the 500,000 or, God, I hope there's 1 million of us, I don't know, that are on the planet right now that are holding that frequency of now, that are holding the frequency of knowing their source energy and that everything is possible when you're aligned with source,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so unplug from that. I mean, that's just another visual to help and plug into that. And man, that can quicken your capacity to be able to live in the now moment, knowing that truth. And when the belief systems and the patterns and all of the craziness that is going on the planet tries to infiltrate your fields, you can quickly, oh no, that's not real. That's not
mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're telltale indicators when you're not aligned.
Oh, for sure.
When you're agitated. I was so agitated yesterday. It was like, what is going on? This is not me, right? When you start to recognize it's not your energy. It's not who you are. That first step of recognition, oh, that's not mine. That's not me. That's not real. You can bring yourself back into that now moment. I'm source energy. I know I know this. I know this, damn it, right? I know this. Okay, now I want to align and let the outer reality reflect that back.
So, there are some of us, we have felt and experienced and know what that source energy feels like, that we are. So when something happens and it's like, what the heck is going on here? We can tell the difference, right? It's like, I know who I am. I know what I am. That this thing that's happening right now, sometimes I'll even say, I'm totally off whack today. It's like, what the heck is going on, right?
Exactly. And when you feel that, it's like, okay, this isn't my normal.
Yeah, exactly. So when
this is what we're moving to, that being alignment is your normal. We're used to living in a normal that's all jacked into the mass consciousness. We thought that was normal.
Yeah, long time ago.
Now we're understanding, no, when we feel these things, no, that's not my norm. That's not my reality. That's not my normal. There's something else. And then learning to disconnect from that.
Yeah.
And one of the quickest ways that, I've said this for years and years and years as well. One of the quickest ways is to blast that shit out of your field. Blast that stuff out of your fields. I take a ball of light from my 0 point center of my heart, and I explode it in 365 degrees in this blast of love and light, and just out of my fields. Mm-hmm. Whew, okay, that feels better. Wait, no, there's something still there. I can still feel it. Let's do it again. And it's not even 30 seconds, guys.
Exactly. And it's so easy. So you can keep doing it a couple of times until you feel better, right? Until you feel more like yourself,
Exactly. And you don't have to even go to meditative state. You can visualize this in your mind driving down the highway, right? Boom. Okay, let's just blast it out. Boom. Let's blast it out. Ooh, that's not my stuff. Boom. I must have gone by a cell tower because boom, I just got hit, right? Because something just plugged it. Boom. I just walked through a room with, televisions going on. I mean, we're just bombarded all the time. So it's almost like you get to the point where, for a while, for about a year, I went through every heartbeat was a blast. Because it was just like, it's everywhere. Right? So I just kept blasting and kept blasting and kept blasting and kept blasting and kept blasting.
And that's the thing. It's about being consistent. Keep doing it. Don't stop.
Well, and I love it. It's like, oh, how many times, it's not like brushing your teeth once and you're done for your lifetime. You have to brush your teeth every day, right? Well, you should. You really should, right? A couple times a day. Same idea. You can't just do this once. It's like, oh, let me sit down and meditate and I'll be a master. Okay, am I done? No, it's a lifelong thing because we are breaking out of this illusion. And it takes constant awareness. It takes really being the observer. It takes getting to know, if you're pissed off, you're not aligned.
Yeah. And it's about being present in the now, being present in your body, knowing the different, knowing who you truly are, what your energy feels like. And when it's off, you know what that feels like. And then doing something instead of going into the story, going into the drama and trauma, going into victimhood, saying, I can't. Yes, you can. Right.
Right. Well, and anytime you find yourself thinking about memories, you're not in the present. Mm-hmm. Anytime you're looking at, a week out, you're not in the present. Yeah, we all have to, we have to do our calendar and figure out what we're doing. Yeah. But you need to live. If you're going in the past, you're really not in alignment.
Yeah.
When you find yourself thinking about, that friendship, what the hell happened to that? Oh, I'm missing that. You're not in the now moment. Something has triggered that program to recycle in your fields, and you need to blast that clear with love and come back to present.
And even if you are looking at yourself and saying, oh my God, I used to be so great in the past, and you're judging yourself because you're not that now. I'm saying this for somebody specifically, right? You're not in the present. You're not in the now. You're not acknowledging who you are. Whether you were great in the past or whether you're great now, you're still that source. You're still source. You're still source.
And who the hell is judging great or not?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Who gets to judge that?
And even you yourself cannot judge, right? Yeah.
Pardon?
Even you yourself, if you're judging yourself, right?
We're the worst.
Right, we are the worst.
We are absolutely the worst. We are the worst at judging ourselves. Hello. Right there, right? Yeah. When I find myself judging myself, it's like, oh man. And it's funny because I do it, it's like, oh man, I should be doing more in the world. How come I'm not as good as, how come I haven't written, another book? How come, I go there all the time.
I love your book, by the way. I told you that, but way back then. And
Way back, I know. I need to write book 2. I've been saying I'm going to write book 2 for 8 years now. Shit. I need to write book 2. And if you haven't read my book, it's a fun one.
Oh my God, I loved it. I remember I had it on the Kindle, right? And I was reading it and I was like just feeling the energy so much and I could not put it down. I couldn't put it down. It's like, oh my God, I love it.
It's called She Travels Light. You can get it out on Amazon. It's good, and it has the capacity to help you remember.
Yeah.
It's encoded with things to help you remember your truth. Yeah. And a lot of experiences that you may, be able to identify with, right? Of walking between the worlds and going multidimensional and all of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, and here's the thing, guys. We're all works in progress. And it's about the consistency. It's about coming back into your heart. It's about living from your heart. It's about making a choice every day.
Every day. A couple
sometimes
of times
every hour.
A couple of times a day. Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes every freaking hour. It's like, oh, geez, wow. What is going on? Okay, I choose to live a different reality.
Yeah.
And I really am loving the visual. I don't know, I must have seen something on TV or whatever with the goggles. There must have been okay, I'm not playing in this reality, this virtual reality anymore. I'm going to put these goggles on. Man, this really is cool. Okay, I know it's not real, but wow, it's really real because it's all just the ones and the zeros running through our supercomputer of how that reality is really going to look.
Yeah.
And so when you then go, oh, wait, no, this is just the reality too, it helps break the ego mind that's trying to control. And yeah, is it a trick? It's just another technique to try to help the ego get the hell out of the way because we are master creators.
So I want to ask everybody really quickly right now, I want you to type into the chat, how many of you are now willing to and want to experience a different reality? A reality of your choosing?
Me! Baby, I want it. Bring me in, baby. I want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want to be happy. I want to feel great in my body. I am experiencing helping people wake up and remember their truth. I am happy, right?
Yeah.
I am enjoying my life. I choose to do all of that, regardless of what's going on in the outer reality, because there's a lot of things that could tie me in. I used to have a really hard time. I had to stop watching TV or reading the newspaper about 25 years ago. I used to watch the morning, is it called the Today Show? Like 25, 30 years ago when I was getting ready for work type thing, right? And I got to the point I couldn't because it affected my fields. It affected my mood. It affected how I reacted to people. I had to stop, right? And so it's the same. It's even the same now. It's like even deeper into that, I need to choose very, very, very consciously who I spend time with, what I'm doing, what I'm reading, how I'm spending my time, and what I'm choosing to relate to.
Absolutely.
And I still, sometimes in the morning I wake up and it's like, oh man, I don't feel good. And it's like, whoop, nope, old program. That's autopilot, right? That is my autopilot because I went years with not feeling well.
Right.
That's my autopilot. I'm not going to choose that reality anymore. And I have to stop myself 30 seconds after wake up. No, I choose to feel fantastic. I want to jump out of bed and dance around, and I put on my high vibe music. I'm really loving, what is the song right now? Robbie Williams. I love my life.
Song. Yeah, me too. I love that song.
I love that. I love that song.
I love that song.
Dancing around. I am powerful.
Exactly.
That's the frequency I choose in the morning. And yeah, I have to put that music on. It helps me bring my vibration up and helps me get right there. But I'm making the choice to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I totally agree with you. And I love that because it reminds me how powerful I am, how amazing I am. All of
besides,
that.
I love to dance, right? I love to get up and just kind of, but I'm choosing to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a choice I'm making.
So what choices are you making in your life?
Right.
Right. And you have to look at that.
They seem trivial. I mean, that kind of seems stupid. Oh, she gets up and says, oh, I'm going to be happy today. And I put on this music. But everything we do is a choice. Everything is an action, right?
Yeah.
Are we choosing to align with being happy, with being alive, with feeling great? Or are we letting autopilot and mass consciousness dictate how we're going to feel?
Absolutely. So it's our choice. And even now, it's your choice. Even in this moment, what are you focusing on, right? Are you focusing on what you're going to choose now, or are you going to focus on what you have chosen in the past?
Yep.
Right? So we're going to take some questions, right, Raquel?
Okay, sure.
In a minute. But because we're at the top of the hour, I just want to talk about the special offer quickly, and then we'll take some questions and maybe do a process of some sort. Do you still do the stuff?
Absolutely.
All right, hold on. So
I love my processes.
Yeah, exactly.
I love to run the energy for people.
That's like I've been waiting for that all day. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. And those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Raquel9. And I'm going to screen share in just a second here so that we can all see it. All right, so this is the Being Sacred, Embracing 5D Energetic Activation Series for 129. All right, so Raquel, there are some activations.
Well, yeah, this is an activation package, okay? And it's almost 6 hours. Well, just under 6 hours of activations. And when I say activations, here we go again. My specialty is to help clear out the mechanism of your physical and energetic bodies so that it can run the way it was originally intended to, right? That's my specialty. And so these particular activations help to go in and clear out, rewire, reconnect, realign, get the crap out, get the viruses out, and reprogram, if you will, back to the way it was supposed to be able to run before all this junk got in your supercomputer, right?
Yeah.
And this is 6 activations that really help you step into 5D, I believe. I think they're really integral pieces. I've got probably 1,000 activations in my library, okay, that I've done it with, right? I've done a lot of activations.
Yeah.
But I put this one together because these are kind of just for those who may be new to my work, really help to get you more aligned into that 5D frequency and being able to live from there. So number one, you have to be able to really listen to your guidance. And the guidance is really hard to come through a system that is not functioning properly. And I go back again to the analogy of you're trying to log on to the 4G network, okay, of your cell phone from a dial-up physical phone, really hard to connect into 4G because the physical body cannot read the signal, right? And so this first one, listening to guidance, we're going in, we're actually retraining our systems to be able to receive that information and that communication coming in from your higher self and source energy. And this is another thing that I'm kind of a stickler about. And Laura, you probably can attest to this, and I know you have a lot of people on your calls and a lot of different thought processes. But my work, I am connecting you 100% to your higher self.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I do have other, sometimes teams come in, but I am not connecting you to anything but you, your frequency and source energy.
Mhm.
Everything else, once you get that connection, then you can be discerning and figure out what's real and what's not for you. But this really helps you, the neural network pathways and the circuitries, to be able to receive that signal and interpret it. Okay, so that's the first one. That's an hour-long activation. And again, all of these activations you can listen to once. You can listen to 5, 6, 7 times until you feel complete. Because every time it will meet you where you're at, right? So you may go through this one this week, and then you may not want to listen to it again until 3 weeks from now, and you're ready for another upgrade, and it will meet you where you need to be. It will upgrade you again, okay? The second one, integrating gratitude. When we live from that frequency, we know everything else comes a lot. It's a lot easier to align with source energy when we're in gratitude than when we're pissed, right?
Yeah.
When we're in a place of real gratitude, you cannot be in the lower vibrations. They can't come in.
Yeah.
And so this is about helping upshifting your blueprint so that you actually can maintain the frequency of gratitude, because it's all frequency. It's not, a way you think. It's a frequency you hold,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's all frequency. So can the frequency run in your system and stabilize? Can it stay there? That helps you do it.
Awesome.
The next one, embracing the sacredness within. This is really helping you to understand that you really are source energy. That nothing can diminish that. It's not questionable. It's not an opinion, right?
Yeah.
It's not an opinion.
It
You
is.
are source energy.
Yeah.
And this helps you to really understand that and live that in this 3D crazy reality we're in, right? It helps solidify that truth in your body, in your system again. The next one is called Sweet Surrender. And this one is really allowing you to let go of the things your ego is trying to hold on to, which is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So this one goes in and helps you to release ego-based beliefs, ego-based wants and desires, and actually help you to do that with ease and grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next one is a Sacred Diamond Light Initiation. This one was really fun. When this one came through, those that came to watch and to be witness to this, Maya Angelou, that was so amazing to me that she showed up to bear witness to this.
Right. Wow.
She showed up along with Walt Disney. Some of you may or may not know that Walt Disney was one of the last truly living, walking ascended masters. Anybody guess what his mission was? Hello, bring back imagination.
Nice.
He did a pretty damn good job of it, didn't he?
Definitely. Yep.
So, and this one comes through, works at the cellular memory level to help you really embrace, again, that personal sacredness, keeping you aligned with the fact that you are source, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next one, Light Codes for Mind, Heart Mastery. This is actually helping you to merge your mind and your heart, because you can't have the mind working without the heart connection. And this, I mean, Heart Math has been doing stuff with this for years. We know the resonance of, and I've talked about for all the years I've been working, dropping your conscious mind and living from the heart space. This actually helps you hardwire it so that it can function much faster. So these particular, am I putting you asleep, Alara? Sorry. These 6 hours of activations to help clear out your system and rewire you so you can hold this awareness at a much deeper level. And then, of course, my my daily infusions of light. This is version 2.0. This is my kind of my cornerstone of work. It's like a 5-minute manager meeting with your body consciousness every morning. It helps you actually communicate, because you know your cells has consciousness, your body has consciousness, and all of you have to be in sync. And so this is a simple, very easy technique that I do in the shower every morning, talking to my body, setting the intention and communicating that it needs to upgrade, it needs to align, that everything needs to be in harmonious frequency, that the adrenals and all of my organs and hormones and all of that need to be balanced and harmonized. It's a communication of, here's what I need you to do. Come on, we're in this together. Communication. It's really effective.
Awesome. And this is also the gift that's on the gifts page as well.
So
it's this, yes. And beautiful. This is version 2.0. This is the one that you did in Hawaii, right? Or somewhere.
When did I bring 2.0 in? I don't remember.
I don't remember
what about 2.0 in. 1.0 was there for a long time. I actually had, I think this, I call it 2.0, but I think this is actually the 5th version.
Oh, okay.
That has come out over the last 15 years.
Because I remember there was one version where we could hear the birds in the background, you know? No, I don't think this 2.0 is newer than that. Okay. That one was in Costa Rica. Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was in Costa Rica when that downloaded, and I recorded it. And yeah. I didn't realize there was birdies in the back. Everybody kept calling, "What are the birds?" Like, oh.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So all of that is available at alara.at/show/Raquel9 for $129. And these activations, like Raquel said, are a little over 6 hours. And I think you do want to, the first time you do them, as they're listed. And then after that, follow your intuition and go back and listen to whatever you want.
And definitely do not do them back to back to back to back to back. Okay?
Yeah.
I forget to tell people this. You need to give yourself time to integrate. My work is incredibly physical. And a lot of people here's one of the things I want to kind of remind you. My work is really physical. Sometimes it can kick you and put you on your ass. It could actually make you sick. And people are like, why would something spiritual make me sick? This is supposed to be blah, 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 blah. You are clearing distorted frequency. It's literally coming out of the cells. This is really deep work. And the clearing that happens can oftentimes trigger, like you feeling fluish, like you're feeling sick, like you ache all over, because it's literally the dense energy and the distorted energy flushing out of your system, and it's coming out pretty fast. And so it tends to have a detox kind of effect.
But it won't last.
And it won't last. No, it won't last. But it may very well come on. Yeah. And and there's different thoughts about that, because people are like, well, I don't want to do anything that's going to make me sick. And I get that, and I realize this. You got to remember, this is a fast detox to get it out of your cells. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's just still in your cells. It's like a physical. If you were to do a physical detox, and you go through that program and you're flushing. This does it on an energetic level for the programs and the energies that are stuck in the cellular that are holding that pattern.
Yeah.
And so just know that, be aware of that, flush your body with a lot of water, get the extra rest, do the, sea salt baths and the body scrubbing to help the body physically detox. Because although it's energy work, I work at the cellular level to do this.
Right. Yeah.
So just know that.
And honestly, that's not an excuse if you want to create your own reality. If you really want to live in a different reality, that is no excuse. So right. It will shift.
You got to clear it. You either clear it or it stays in the system. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to clear it. If you want those pathways and you want to be able to hold the higher frequencies and want to live in a different reality, you can't do it simultaneously with all of these old frequencies and densities in the body.
Yeah, I remember a time when I was going through that myself for whatever reason, because just doing a lot of work and so on. And I literally thought I was dying. It's like, and I went to the doctor because my mom said, go to the doctor. It's like, all right, fine, I'll go. And doctor, no, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Your blood levels are okay. You're this and that. So, but I have no energy. At that time, my ex-husband had already left. And so it was just me and the kids. And it's like, I can't do anything. I can't take care of the kids, and so on. So my mom had to come and then just to stay with us. And then, within a few weeks, I came back and I was like, then I was fine, so that was one extreme time, that it lasted a couple of weeks, but,
Hey, when I came, let's go back to the original story of how I came in.
Mm-hmm.
I came in and got rewired and came in. I'm not a walk-in, so let me not confuse anybody. But when I brought in all of my wisdom and brought in all of this knowledge, I had to go into a 5-week coma for the body to be able to process it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to go into a coma. There was no accident. There was no illness. There was no anything. It was time, because the density on the planet was so intense to bring in this light, the body had to go unconscious for 5 weeks to do it. We're not having to do that anymore because of where we are, but the body still has to process it.
Yeah.
At some point, we will get to a point where the consciousness and our ability to transform the cells is instantaneous. And when I do, I'm going to be 5'8". I'm going to be thin, and I'm going to have a beautiful long mane, a hair of golden blonde. But what I'm saying is, there will be a point when we believe that the body doesn't have to transform this way anymore. And I know that's coming, and I know that's coming really soon.
Awesome. Yeah.
But in the meantime, the process of getting to that point, we have to get these lower densities out of the cells. And unfortunately, sometimes that still feels like a detox.
So sometimes it might happen for some people, may not happen. And one time it may be totally fine. Next time you listen to it.
And the next time it's like, I didn't feel anything. And then you go, did it work? I didn't feel anything. Yeah. There was no physical reaction. So in this reality, did it do anything? There's even that too, right?
I didn't change. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. I didn't feel anything in that process. Is anything real? No, none of it's real. We just want to get you back to
That's true. No, none of it's real. Yeah, exactly.
None of it's real.
All right. So we have some questions. So if you have a question, you can raise your hand or you can type it into the chat. So we're gonna, for some reason I can't read that chat anymore. Hold on one sec. Okay, there we go. So there was a question from Dada. I would love to get advice on how to keep intellect and higher heart balance the best way. When they work together in synchronicity, they create miracles, I feel.
True. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So one of the basic techniques that I have always brought forth is really bringing your conscious mind down into your heart and merging those every single day. And I've used this technique, I've taught this technique forever and ever and ever, and it's fun. I always try to do stuff that's fun, right? Because if it's not fun, I don't want to do it, right? I want to have fun. I just want to have fun. So this technique, I literally walk you through gathering up your conscious mind. And we know that the conscious mind isn't here. It's in our field, right? Quantum physics has said that that's what it is. So I throw out this beautiful golden net of light, and I gather up my conscious mind and I put it into an elevator, so it's contained, at the 10th floor. And then I push the elevator button to the first floor, and I ride my conscious mind all the way down into the first floor, which is my heart chakra. And then I have that conscious mind, when the door is open, I have that conscious mind, and my heart chakra merge into one unified field of light. And you can do it with an elevator. You can use a slippy slide, a water slide. You can do whatever you want, but you're bringing that conscious mind to actually physically operate from the center of your heart chakra, okay? This is not a metaphor. The heart is the center of your biological and your energetic matrix of light, okay? This is not a metaphor. You're literally bringing the energy to work through the processing unit that is your heart chakra. Okay? When I say living from the heart, it's because then the energy operates from this space in your body. And it has different mechanisms in the heart chakra than you could ever have in your mind. So it's not metaphoric.
Yeah.
When people say, oh, live from your heart. Oh, just be heart-centered. No, I am talking about mechanics in your matrix of light that is your supercomputer. So when you actually gather that energy up and you bring it and merge it into this space, it runs through the system, the mechanics of your system differently. And that allows you to operate from that heart space, from the mind and the heart merged together much more efficiently. So again, not a metaphor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so Dada,
Mechanics.
do that.
Mechanics,
and
right?
do that regularly, not just once a day, you know?
No, all the time. I mean, when I first started doing this, and again, I'm back to visual, guys. I love this because, you know, I listen from your heart, live from your heart, blah, blah, blah from your heart. I used to put gigantic elephant ears on my heart chakra in my mind because I wanted to listen, operate everything from my heart. And that was just my fun way, again, you know, oh, my elephant ears, where, you know, I'm not listening from here, I'm listening from down here, I'm paying attention from down here. My mind is operating from down here. Mm-hmm. And I used to play that game with myself. It took me almost 6 months of doing that like 10 times a day before it became automatic.
Yeah.
Because the program doesn't want to change. You know, this is like the Colorado River running through the Grand Canyon. Damn, it's carved pretty hard. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of focus to change that pathway.
Absolutely.
But then once it's changed, it becomes automatic.
Yeah. So keep doing it until it becomes automatic.
But understand again, it is mechanical.
Yeah.
And it's not just a
concept.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you move it through here and the energy and you connect the conscious mind to operate through here, it actually functions differently. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Dada, for the question. So we're going to go to Melissa. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Melissa. 1 second. Hello.
Hey, Melissa.
I'm bored. Oh, hi. I think my hand was just up earlier when I was just agreeing with you.
Okay,
oh, my
God. All right, just making sure.
I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, good. I thought it was a different Melissa, actually. So, all right, there's a question from Heidi. And Heidi says, I know the ideal is to eat and drink organic and clean, but can we progress when we are not always able to do this? I will answer first. Yes, 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 yes. Go ahead, Raquel.
Yeah, because, you know, damn, it's expensive and it's hard to get your hands on sometimes. And so you want to do it as often as you can. But if not, you simply run, I mean, just like blessing it, right? You run the superluminous white light of divine source through it. You clear it. You raise it to the frequency that is a match for your body health and vitality, and then you consume it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So it's easier to get the clean stuff if you can, because, you know, breaking through the physical contaminants just takes a little bit more focus and energy, but it can be done. So,
but don't let that be an excuse, Heidi. No.
Yeah, we all don't have access, and you know, sometimes I look at stuff and I go, okay, you know, they play a game with the money that, you know, it's 3 times as much for this organic whatever. And it's like, I'm choosing not to give them that extra money, and I'm choosing to program it differently for me in this one instance. This I can do, this, but that didn't feel in alignment. It felt greedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can also pick up on that. So play with it. Know that you're powerful. Do the best you can with what you can, and then make a choice.
Yeah.
Right?
I still don't eat well, and I have to tell you, I am fine. I am, I'm good.
Well, and the body, I mean, the body is a temple.
Yeah.
I eat really well. I mean, I eat really well.
I could be better for sure, but that doesn't. I'm just saying that is not stopping my spiritual
Right.
pulse.
It
And that's
doesn't
not
stop
stopping
your
me.
spiritual. It just helps you feel better,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just helps you feel better.
Yeah.
You know, and we all fall off the bandwagon. You know, oh no, I really want a burger today. Oh, I can bless that burger.
Or a bag of chips.
Anyways, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, don't let it stop you, and don't freak out over it, and don't spend your last dollar trying to get that one last thing of organic. You know what I'm saying? Do everything and just align with knowing that you're getting the best that you can.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the best for your body, and just bring everything into that frequency. You know, when you unload it, when you bring it in the house, are you blessing it? Are you raising the frequency? When it goes in the fridge, when it goes on the counter, are you blessed? Are you clearing it? You know,
Exactly.
there's also, you know, make thresholds in your home. The minute anything enters your home, it goes through a frequency flush. All of the lower frequencies come out, and it gets recalibrated to a higher frequency. All of your food, all your packaging, everything, every time you come in and out. I mean, there's lots of things you can do that help you to keep your focus.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So Destin says, yay, let's do our process.
Oh, damn, let's do the process. Okay.
Let's do our process. I'm blessed to have a food clearer, and it works. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, fabulous.
Awesome. Yep. I don't know what a food clearer is.
Well, there's all kinds of things, guys. You know, how many times have we seen the water bottles with the word love written on them? I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's so much you can do.
I mean, I bought a copper bottle for myself.
Right. If you really can't buy all the organic, then you bring it home and you put it on your counter on a piece of paper that says, I am vibrantly, you know, going to vibrantly feed the body. I mean, whatever you want to write on it. It's all.
Yeah. There are different ways.
It's all possible.
Yeah.
All things are possible.
I see you, Linda. Go ahead.
Can I explain the food clearer?
Where are you? Yeah, talk louder. I can't see you yet.
Okay, I'm here.
Ah, there you are. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's a piece. It's kind of like got the flower of life pattern.
Yeah.
And a man in Janesville, Wisconsin, had a daughter who was severely, severely allergic to anything. It didn't matter what it was. And so he worked for 5 years to produce this food clear. And you can put it 4 feet within the site of any food, any water. It doesn't matter what it is. And it clears it up within 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And we tested it so that the child would feel better, and it worked all the time. It was really
beautiful.
Cool.
Nice.
So
awesome.
Anything and do it that way. So,
awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Linda.
I'll mute myself.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So you know, there are possibilities.
There's tons of possibilities.
Yeah.
You know, everything is possible. It's just our little ego mind that gets in our way.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, so the process. The way I work, I have no idea what's coming through yet. I'm going to drop in. I'm going to pull the collective energy of everyone listening in the now moment, which means it doesn't matter when you're listening because it's always the now moment.
Mm-hmm.
and see what Spirit has to bring through. Okay.
Awesome.
A couple of the things that I always do, and I just want to inform people of this. I am an absolute firm believer, my belief system, that connecting into the crystalline core of Gaia is incredibly beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to explain to you why. The crystalline core of Gaia holds a very specific source energy frequency from Gaia's heart. And when you connect in, I've never grounded in a normal way that most people on the planet ground into the roots. I've never done that. I always go all the way down into the crystalline core, because what it does is it completes a circuitry that allows higher levels of light frequency to flow through your physical and energetic body and be able to come down out of your body so that it can't fry your system. So you can hold higher and higher and higher levels of light, and it can ground down into the crystalline core and have that stabilization of that level of light frequency. It also holds nutrients. It holds all kinds of different things to support the evolving physical body in this hologram. Okay, so I'm going to connect you into the crystalline core of Gaia, and that's why we do it, because it allows you to hold a higher frequency without frying the current circuitry that you're in. Okay, so let's go in and see what is in store today, because that's just fun, right? All right. I don't know why I'm being silly. It's Friday the 13th. I feel great, and I'm in a silly mood, and it's just fun energy.
I feel great. Yeah.
Full moon, and it's a full moon, and that's all about, in our belief system right now, ha, ha, ha. We associate that with releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Works for me. Not a bad belief system. I like to release shit all the time that's not good, right?
Yeah.
So we'll utilize and tap into that powerful release mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what happens. So everybody I want you to begin.
I just want to say really quickly, so here we are using the belief system of the mass consciousness to our benefit. Right? So we can.
I'm not really sure the mass consciousness believes that the full moon is all about release. I think that's
maybe not.
Maybe in the light worker world, right?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, you're right.
Right? Because mass consciousness thinks that the full moon brings people into lunacy.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah. Okay, my mass consciousness is the 500,000 people light workers,
Yes. Okay. So, but yeah, so we're gonna just kind of tap into that, because why not? We'll see if we'll see if it aligns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't know until I get in. So let's begin. Everybody take a nice deep breath and close your eyes if you would. Now really, it would be great if you could put your feet on the ground, your legs uncrossed, because this is just allowing the circuitry of your body to function without having to crisscross, right? So I want everybody to take a nice deep breath, and I want you to bring your awareness down into the heart chakra, which is literally right in the center of your chest. And within the center of the heart chakra is something called the 0 point. And that is literally the 0 point of your existence within the hologram. And it is also a gateway, a portal, it's all semantics, right? But it is a point within your body in which source energy emanates from. And so I want you to drop into that 0 point center, which is literally the center of your experience, of your energetic system, your body systems, your holographic, your matrix. And I want you to begin to breathe forth source energy. And just allow that source energy. We always like to associate it with super luminous white light. Just feels good. So allow that light to start to permeate through all of the cells of your body and then out into your fields. And at this time, I want you to send out, throw out a net of beautiful golden light. You can make it purple if you want. You can make it green, doesn't matter, whatever color you like. But a mesh, a net of light. And I want you to start gathering up your conscious mind. From behind, below, in front of, wherever it is within your fields, because it is within your outer fields. And I want you to gather it up. And I want you to gather it up into a nice, beautiful ball. And I want you to bring that ball into the center 0 point of your heart with the explicit intention of merging your conscious mind and your heart center into one unified field of light. Allowing the conscious mind to operate from this mechanical space within your divine matrix. Now allowing all of the thoughts and the consciousness to truly move through the 0 point, access to source energy. And at this time, I want you to imagine the central column of light that runs through the center of your body from your crown down to the base chakra. And I want you to just see it illuminating as this column of light, tube of light. And in this now moment, please extend it super quickly all the way down into the crystalline core of Gaia at the very center point of this planet, tapping into the heart crystalline core energy that is in the center of Gaia. Bring your awareness down into that center point. Really feel that energy. Tap into that beautiful crystalline core energy of source energy that emanates throughout the center of Gaia herself. And as you tap into that, I want you to anchor into it, allowing the central column to anchor firmly into the crystalline core. And then just as if you were breathing the energy up a straw, I want you to breathe up that energy through your central column, bringing up all of the nutrient, all of the light support, the sustaining energy of her heart frequency, bringing it all the way up your central column, merging through the base, the sacral, the solar plexus, up into the heart, and merging that into the unified field of your body. And then I want you to very quickly extend out your crown with the intention of extending your central column out through the galactic core so that you can tap in and actually connect outside of this holographic reality, tapping into source energy without any distortion, piercing through the illusion of the hologram, through the great central part of this galactic center. Tapping in with source energy that is pure and clear outside of the mechanism, outside of the hologram. And then I want you to breathe that energy down through your central column, connecting it in with your heart. So now you have source energy, Gaia's higher mind, higher heart, galactic source energy, and your own source energy merged into one unified field in your heart that is now also connected to the higher mind, the conscious mind, and your entire matrix within the hologram. And I want you to set your intention at this time to receive all that is available, all that is 100% aligned with your truth as source energy incarnate, to manifest with absolute ease and grace into this experience. And in the name of divine source and the light that I am, I ask that I be a clear, pure, and divine instrument in service to your higher self, calling forth the highest levels of light, wisdom, information, and knowledge to bring about the highest potential outcome with ease and grace. Take another nice deep breath. I use a lot of sound tone to break patterns and shatter illusions. So take a nice deep breath. Some people actually feel the energy permeate through their skin, into their cells, and into their fields. Just allow it to come into your awareness. You now may begin to feel quite a bit going on in the frontal lobe. Again, this is the front part of the brain. It has a lot to do with your visual and your ability to read energy. This is a lot to help you discern. What's going on right now is an ability for you to have a deeper level of discernment of what is truly source energy and what is aligned and what is illusion. And so this is bringing in a new capacity for you to have a deeper knowing within your own truth of what is real and what is not. Take a nice deep breath. It's quite a bit going on in the frontal lobe, right in the third eye region. This is where you have a lot of your vision, a lot of your multidimensional sight coming through. And this is a purification of that mechanism within your body to help you once again move into a deeper level of discernment of what is the illusion and what is really real for you. You may be feeling quite a bit of heart palpitation going on as your heart communication with the higher mind and with your conscious mind is now beginning to try to realign to this new level of truth and discernment. So you may have some rippling going on, some of that skipped heartbeat, a little bit of a faster heartbeat going on as this recalibrates. So this language that I'm speaking, it's actually helping to ignite a more purified program. It does not, the mental mind cannot associate with it. Therefore, the ego has a harder time controlling it. And so with this language is instruction to help the conscious mind now merge deeper in with the heart in an awareness and an alignment to source and truth energy, and that discernment ability to move out the illusion, to actually identify the illusion with more accuracy, quicker, faster. Take another nice deep breath. You may be feeling a lot going on in your feet right now with the energies that are coming up through the central column. They're actually expanding to hold the whole body. So the central column is now literally moving about 3 feet in diameter to encompass your entire body. This is helping to strengthen and deprogram some of the stronghold viruses, if you will, that are in competition with this truth coming online. Take another nice deep breath, please. That may sound really harsh to you. It's meant to, as it's breaking, again, patterns in the system. Take another nice deep breath. Bring your awareness back into your heart and into that 0 point where source energy is pouring into your cells. Some of you may actually be experiencing almost like a laser going down the center of your body, cutting you in half. You may be sensing this in just the peripheral, in a knowing. Some of you may actually be feeling it. And it's almost as if we're cutting off a whole layer of there could be a lot of ways to explain this, but it's like we're cutting off layers of the program, shielding. For some of you, it actually looks like armor that's being pulled off. And this is to allow those old, it's really distorted programming that is still being held in your fields to actually just come off. Yes, it's going to feel a little exposed. And that's just your ego trying to wrap its mind around not having all those programs that it so easily manipulates, and allowing a more raw and truthful experience and awareness to come in. This will be short-lived, and for many of you, it's already passed. And there's I want you to go back into your heart now, and I want you to expand that beautiful superluminous white light to put yourself, pardon me, in a bubble of light about 6 feet out from the center of your heart in all directions. And just, this is going to be a buffer. I'm going to bring in an energetic buffer to keep the all of the waves and energies that are bombarding the body from the outer reality right now. To help buffer that is this new level of discernment and awareness can actually take hold. But again, some of it may feel a little raw, and that's okay. We want that rawness. That means the old skin that was all hard and tainted and holding the old frequency has actually been shed, and the real energy that is you is soft, and it's so beautiful. Just take a look at it if you can. But it may feel a little raw for a minute until it acclimates at a new higher frequency to operate within your system. And just take another nice deep breath. Some of you may be feeling quite a bit going on in the front of your chest as the heart chakra, along with the higher mind and your conscious mind, recalibrate to working together at this level. You might just feel a little, again, that the heart palpitations are part of the alignment going on, but you also might just feel a little tingling or things going on literally in your chest. And again, this is the physical body responding to the energetic shifts and the changes in the way the energy is moving through the heart mechanism. And in this now moment, I want you to go down into your heart, please. And I want you to make the conscious choice to empower your truth that you are source energy. The conscious choice that you have choice in every moment. And we're going to do the best we can to help hardwire that into the heart chakra right now so that it can hold. It's kind of like training wheels. We're trying to wire that in, if you will. That's mechanics. It is mechanics, but that's also just a way to describe it. But we're trying to bring that so that it stays functional. And again, just in your own heart and in your own higher mind and your conscious mind, bring in that awareness that you are source energy, that everything else going on is not your truth out in the outer consciousness and the mass consciousness of everyone else on the planet, that you're choosing to align with this reality on a daily, hourly, moment by moment, now moment of your life. And with our next breath, we're just going to simply spin out of our fields anything that is not completely aligned with this frequency and this choice. And almost like a spiraling out from the center of your heart, it would be wise if you choose to keep this spiraling and this removal out of your fields active 24/7, 365. This choice may change your outer reality very, very quickly. So I want you to make it from a very conscious place to align with the truth that you are source energy, that your outer reality can easily and effortlessly, when you align with this truth and hold this vibration, recalibrate and realign to reflect it. But that has to have the conscious awareness of surrendering that which does not align. And ask yourself, what percentage are you willing to align with that? And keep working with that until it's 100%. Whether that you manage to get to that today or in a month from now. Continue to choose. You may feel quite a bit going on in the back of the heart, on your back right now, as this mechanical, energetic system continues to anchor in to support this. And in this now moment, let's just run the frequency of joy and gratitude to the trillions and trillions of cells that make up our body consciousness, everything that is within our body, sending the wave of gratitude and joy, the frequency of that light into those cells, and then out into our outer fields. And in this now moment, I would ask that you stay consciously connected through your central column to Gaia and to the cosmic heart source energy through the galactic core. as much as you possibly can, consciously throughout your day. And once again, breathe in the conscious awareness that you are source energy, and as you do, please open your eyes. And come fully back in, recognizing that the mechanics to help you discern what is truly aligned and what is illusion is coming online within your circuitry, within your mechanics of your supercomputer, with ease and grace. Coming fully back into your body with your eyes open. Again, that gratitude to the cells, working in concert with you to hold this frequency, allowing the old patterns and viruses and programs to release and be replaced with a much higher functionality of source. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How you feeling, Alara?
Good. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. um, a
Could
lot.
you feel the thing going on in through the, right in through here, this part of your brain?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot. Actually, for me, it was quite a lot happening with my third eye, the whole head area. It's calmed down now, but it was quite intense. It was actually so intense that I couldn't quite focus on my heart chakra. You know, and it's an old pattern, you know, for me. So I recognized it as like, yeah, okay, but I'm focusing on the heart chakra right now.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So Destin says that was amazing. My back and back of heart felt a lot. And this is my heart and frontal lobe. Thank you. I fell into my body. Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Excellent. So this whole thing again is to help you again operate from the heart, the conscious mind into the heart, and actually be able to discern, get a much clearer discernment. Oh, that's not source. That's not who I am. And to be able to come into that much more quickly. And it's kind of like a straighter path. Oh, that's not me, versus, oh, I have to go through all of this that I might even forget by the time I have that realization, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's helping the circuitry to be able to move into that absolute knowing. This is source, or this is other people's illusion, the program.
Yeah. So Linda said
So
that discernment was fantastic. I needed that one very much.
good.
Yeah, good. And this is amazing. I felt I needed to move around.
Yes. Yeah. Move around your body. This is again, physical work. So get up, move, go take a walk, go dance, put on that I Love My Life music, dance around, get into that high frequency, move your body. Be really beneficial.
Yeah. Drink some water for sure. Right.
For sure.
And at the same time, though, stay in this space. Stay in the space. Keep spinning out what is not in alignment with you being source and you choosing to be in alignment, right?
Right.
Because for some of us, that might be a new choice, you know, and a new way of being. So have that intention that, you know, the stuff that is not in alignment with that is being spun out, spiraling out of your field, going out. Okay. So that might.
I mean, because, sometimes when I really look, when I really tap in and look at myself, it's hysterical. I got stuff spinning out all of the time. I mean, it's constantly going on. It's not a first thing in the morning. I mean, it's a constant.
Yeah.
So just every moment is the now moment, and every moment is a choice, and we can get off, we can get pulled back in, but it's the choice to realign, to disconnect from mass consciousness, to reconnect the conscious mind to the heart, and to do these, techniques. And that's why I try to make them fun, because it's so much easier to do when they're fun, but they only work if you do them.
Yep. And so you might want to put a reminder on your phone, every hour, am I still in alignment, or have I lost it, So Sandra says, so beautiful. Thank you. Carol said, should we be sensing the spinning out around us?
Yeah, you can. I do. I feel it. Sometimes people, it's really funny when you really get this going, people will walk into your field and then have to walk out. I mean, I often have people like at the grocery store that'll try to get, and they're like, oh, and I used to think it was, because I, looked a little funny or what. No, it's my vibration. They can't hang it.
Right.
They can't hang in it. So you may still feel it. And that's great if you do. If you don't, that's okay too. But yeah, feel it. And other people are going to feel this too, and they just cannot get in your fields. So
and that's okay if they can't, That's
right.
okay, because they're not vibrating at the same.
You don't want it. You don't want
as you. Yeah.
It doesn't mean everybody, but I mean, it means those that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah. So it's okay. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question, Carol. Thank you. Anything else coming through? Anything else? Anybody have any other questions for Raquel around the process that we just did? Oh, I wanted to tell you, Raquel, that when you did the toning, the sharp tone, then it's like you knocked out your mic a little bit. So it went lower, right? And then it slowly came back, but it's like, oh, interesting. It's like, what happened there?
I blow out stuff all the time. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just the frequency, because it doesn't match what's here, right? And I'm breaking patterns when I do that.
Exactly.
And so there's resistance, right?
So there's a question from somebody somebody that raised their hand. I'll go ahead and unmute you. 1 second. Hello. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can. I can't unmute you, so you'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that me?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me when I have these on? Okay. Hi, Raquel.
Hi.
I've done a lot of activations with you for a couple of years now, and sometimes I feel things in my body, and lately I haven't been, and I also fall asleep a lot. So my question is it still working? And how do I know when I don't sense? Like, I did some pressure right now over here, but sometimes it's so slight, and I can't really tell. And I just have the knowing, and I trust that it's working. But sometimes I wonder,
Right. Well, first of all, let me say, the knowing is what you want. The feeling, when you have all those sensations in the body, a lot of people are like, oh, I can feel it. That helps you to understand something's going on, but it's the knowing that you really want, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're not feeling it, probably if you've been doing my work for a long time and you used to feel it and you don't anymore, is because the body is getting so clear that you're not having the resistance, because feeling it is the resistance. Right? When you feel it in the body, it's something moving that's resisting, and okay, now I can feel something's going on, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you've been doing my work for so long and you were feeling it and are not anymore could mean that there's just not as much resistance. You trust the energy coming through. You know it, you recognize it, you understand what it's doing. And so that resistance is diminished, which is a good thing. And the fact that you're going out, okay, and it's really funny. I have clients who've been with me for 10 years plus, and they still go out because the frequency I'm bringing in is usually so high. The conscious mind can't recognize it. And so you're allowing yourself to bring in this super high frequency without the resistance. And that's because, thank you very, 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 very much, you trust me.
I
You
do.
know my energy, you know what I'm bringing through. You've experienced it, you've had the resistance. Now your body's not resisting so much. Now you're going into a very deep state of receiving that goes beyond, and the body's just like, okay, I'm going to go out so I can receive this at even a deeper level.
Well, that's
So
beautiful.
don't
Every
worry
night
about it.
I put the series back on. I hear your voice. You say, hello, this is Raquel. And I
you're
say
gone.
hello to you. And I'm like, yes, just take it wherever it needs to go.
Perfect.
And I'm so honored, because a lot of, that's the way a lot of my clients are. They're like, the minute you say, hi, this is Raquel, they go, I'm gone, I'm out of here, because they can already feel the frequency, and they know the value, and they know the energy, because I'm bringing through an energy that we all recognize because it's coming from source, right?
Okay.
So
yeah.
Thank you. That's
Well,
such a
thank
testament.
you.
It's
And
such a
that
great
just,
testament to my work.
yes, I love your work. And so just a confirmation for my conscious and ego mind, it is
Ego
working,
mind.
right?
It's absolutely working.
Okay.
Absolutely working. And are you seeing your outer reality shift and change? And are you noticing the work is making a difference?
Well, that's, I guess, maybe where my conscious
Ego mind's
mind
getting in the
and my
way.
ego is getting kind of like questioning things, because I'm still sitting here, a lot of cleansing and shifting in my life like nothing else. But I'm not seeing the building, the creating, and the materializing of the new. You know what
And
I'm?
so are you still going in every single morning and asking to be 100% aligned with your truth and your source energy? Are you?
I try to do that sometimes, even during the day when I remember. It's like, okay, and then I just, I connect with the crystalline light,
Right.
heart of
Because
Gaia.
part of the creation, though, is really aligning with that and then following the guidance. It's following the guidance. So
You still have to choose, even at that point.
Choose what guidance you're going to follow, and then take the action. So you know that you're getting clear, you know that you're getting aligned. Are you asking every day to be aligned, and asking, what does that look like? What do I need to do today to be in full alignment and bring about my highest potential? What does that really look like? Because when you ask that question, what does that mean? What does that look like? What's the action today? And it may be a really, really baby step, and you're discounting it because you don't think it's something big enough to warrant. That's what I find a lot of people, we get there one step at a time. And people are like, well, but I don't know what my mission is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, are you asking every day, what do I need to do? Yeah. And are you getting, well, I don't know. Yeah, they're asking me to, take a walk today. They don't equate that as following guidance that is going to be the next step. That's just, I just got a little intuition to take a walk. So they don't see that this is going to lead to this, which is going to lead to this, which is going to lead to this. And instead of following that one act of intuitive action of what you're getting, because it may be on the walk that you get the download, but you're not equating going on my walk isn't part of getting aligned with my mission. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's about what you need to do to be 100% aligned. Ask what action you need to take. What do I need to do? What do I need to do today to be aligned, right? And then, as silly and as simple and as non-grandiose as it may seem, you got to take the action.
I think I do pretty good on following little things of intuition that I get, because it's a very common thing for me. Like, I have a constant communication like that. Beautiful. And I just follow. It's the other world that is not materializing yet, because when I say what action to take, I do the small things that I can, but I sense that it might be that there is still something big that needs to be some deep programming that is still bringing me.
Right. It's still part of the illusion that is keeping you stuck in that old pattern. And we just keep digging. We just keep taking those illusions out and moving past it. And so, I'm a work in progress. You're a work in progress. Alara's a work in progress. Everyone I know is a work in progress. And we just keep taking the next steps. And sometimes there's a major breakthrough and boom, we're there. And sometimes we're not. I mean, I laugh. You follow my work and my series. I sit there every time going, oh crap, what's the next thing I'm supposed? I have no idea. I have no idea what the next thing is. I don't know what the next series is going to be. Oh my gosh, the clock is ticking. What's the next? I don't know. And then boom, when it's there, it's there. Right?
Yeah.
I don't control it. Sometimes I wish I did. Right? I create, I stand in the alignment, and when it's ready for me to step into, I step into it. But the in-between times, right?
Yeah, I did.
So
I
it's
did
just a
feel
matter.
that space that you're talking about, where I released so much, even my dreams and all of the illusions of the things that I thought I wanted, even though I still there's a space where I still wanted, but I let it go. I got to a point where I didn't know. I don't know anymore what I want, except for peace,
Right.
alignment, and being love, and to be in that space. But so much to a point where I don't know how to do anything else beside that. And on the outside, as far as finances and my ex, like completely cutting out, income and stuff, I am like, okay, I'm at the 0 point, but that's all
So
there is. Where do I go?
Start running the frequency of abundance in your system.
Okay.
Magnetize abundance, not money, not abundance.
Abundance. Yep.
Run that frequency through your program. Magnetize the abundance.
All right, I'll do that. I feel
There
like
is, we are, again, all of it's illusion, but we still live in the reality. We still live in the hologram.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of shifting that's still going on. And we're still clearing out the glitches in our own system to bring it to fruition quickly.
Yeah.
So I wish I had the magic wand and we could go, and we're all out of the matrix.
Well, sometimes I feel like you have it, just with your voice.
I'm going to bring all of you with us, right?
Yeah.
I swear I'll bring everybody with you. But
yes.
we're still, we're still pulling off the layers. And I know that's an old, it's old, and we don't want to, how many layers of this onion are there? But there are a lot. And remember, there's 7,000 or 7 billion people on the planet that are holding old belief systems that you're still having to disconnect from.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Keep at it. Keep doing it. Keep listening to the activations, and good for you.
Thank you.
All right. So there was a comment from Pamela. She said that when you did the toning, she saw an infinity symbol in the front and in back of her heart pulsing and vibrating out.
Fabulous.
That's
fabulous.
Awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful, Pamela. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Anybody?
Woo! We've been on the phone for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Wow! Time flies when we're having fun.
I know, right? It didn't seem like it was that long at all.
It doesn't feel like that long at all.
No.
Well, what a beautiful way to spend a Friday the 13th.
Exactly, right?
Thank you all for joining me.
Come here. Oh, he's right here. Come here. Maybe he'll come. Come here. No.
Thank you for being in this illusion and breaking it with me.
Awesome. Thank you. That was so much fun. So powerful. Go back and listen to this, to the replay, and, but be gentle with yourself, right? So go back and listen, go through the process again. It was powerful and probably powerful again next time you do it. But don't do it again today, please. Give yourself a day. Right, give yourself a day. One second. Come here.
We're gonna see your baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna force him to come up here.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, cutie. He's so cute. He's such a good boy.
It's
He's
really
so cute.
adorable.
He's like, I don't want to be up here, mommy. Yeah, but he's such a good boy. So, he's
Well,
stinky.
from my heart to your heart, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the full moon. Put crystals out if you feel like it. Go dance naked under it if you feel like it.
Exactly.
And just enjoy.
The song that we were talking about was Live Your Life, Love Your Life by Robbie Williams.
I Love My Life.
I Love My Life by Robbie Williams. I love it. And it turns out Raquel loves it too. And it's fantastic. You know, it'll definitely
It's just fun.
And like that.
It's just super fun. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So thank you, Raquel. I'm so glad we did this. It's been too long. So thank you. And
Thank you for having me back.
for those of you who are interested in the package, again, please do take a look at it. It's available at alara.at/show/Raquel9. Transformative activations. I have used Raquel's packages myself, and yes, like you, I used to fall asleep right away. It's like, I have no idea what happened. I was just gone, right? But really powerful. So I can definitely vouch for the power and the change that these activations can bring to your life if you're willing. And remember, always come back to your heart space, align to your heart. You are source. And I've been saying this for a long time.
We all have. It's just, it's saying it and embodying it are two different things, baby.
Exactly. So now it's time to embody, and you can do it. Absolutely. So thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.